He's America's coolest conservative and the future king of talk radio. 107.9 FM WBT presents The TJ Ritchie Show.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, brothers and sisters, anybody who's anybody and everybody. The Green-Eyed Patriot is on the air everywhere. I feel like I'm just starting one of those Facebook Live or Instagram Live videos, one of those streamings, you know, where they start and they'll say, okay, well, we'll wait just a few minutes and let everybody get in here, let more people get, oh, I see you signing in. Oh, hey, checking in here. Hey, Donna. Hey, John. Hey, I know we were supposed to get started already, but I'm just going to wait a few more minutes just to make sure everybody has a chance to get in. Maybe somebody's running a little late. That's what I feel like whenever I start the show at 8 o'clock after the Carolina basketball coaches show. I feel like I'm waiting on all of the other basketball fans to come in who aren't fans of Carolina before I really get started on the material that I worked hard for, because I want as many people to hear it as possible. Let's say maybe only 7 of the 11 listeners are here because the other ones are not fans of Carolina basketball. Maybe they're NC State fans, or maybe you got a South Carolina basketball fan in there or something. Who knows? But I'm just going to give them a few more minutes just to get caught up and get everybody in here. So hope you had a good day. Hope everybody had a good Monday. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see a couple more checking in here. Yeah. All right. If you would, let's speed this along and do like we did last week and call all of your friends and text them really, really quickly that who are not Carolina basketball fans. They're Wake or State or somebody like that. Tell them to come back. It's safe. It's safe to come now. Okay. Oh, by the way, you can call or text. The number is 704-570-1079. Funny how that works, right? It's the frequency 107.9 and then the phone number 1079. You know what? You can call or text that number. You can text that thanks to Liberty Buick GMC. Okay. All right. See a few more stragglers coming in here. Welcome. Welcome. Glad to have you. Okay, here we go. So I went out in the big dangerous city this weekend. I know it made all of the social sites, TMZ and ESPN, all of them. I went to a place in Charlotte called, I never can remember the name of it. What is it called? It's a newer sports bar. It's fancy. Let's see, new sports bar. I'm gonna Google it because I don't sports bar. I'm still waiting for all other people to get in. The non-Carolina basketball fans. Let's see, Blinders. That's the name of it. Blinders. I went to Blinders Saturday. I went with my wife. Her name is Jody. My little friend Jenny and her handsome husband Michael. Those are my only friends. Jody has a lot of other friends. I don't have any friends. So we went there, and you know I have a special diet I'm on because I'm with the PhD weight loss. And oddly enough, I'll be telling you more about that in just a few minutes, from what I understand. Yeah, I will. So we go to this place. It's really cool. It's a really cool sports bar, giant screens up on one wall, but they don't have any screens up on the other walls. So it's just all a big configuration of different games going on and everything, which I don't care. It's basketball season. I'm not really there to watch basketball because I don't like it. My little friend Jenny, though, is from Lincoln, Nebraska. She's a graduate of the University of Nebraska, so we support them and whatever they're doing. But there was nothing on the menu that is on my diet, really, that, you know, is the PhD plan. But I could have eaten some wings, just no carbs or anything like that. I could have had the just plain wings. Okay. But their wings are marinated in what they call a sweet tea brine. Okay. Well, then that says sugar, right? So I can't have that. So I asked the young woman who's the servant, I said, could they do some wings just plain that aren't in the sweet tea brine? Because I can't have sugar. And she said, no, because they do it overnight. I said, okay, well then I'll just stick with the club soda then. And then I got to thinking, okay, well, and this old me, who would always be called Mr. Grumpy, Mr. Grouchy, Mr. Always want to argue with people and always has to be right. You know, I get falsely accused of that all the time. In my old days, before I was, so easy to get along with, and so, what they say, easy come, easy go, whatever. I would have asked, okay, well, when do the wings get here for the night? Like, when do they bring them in so they go directly into that sweet tea brine overnight? When do the wings go from raw into that brine? Because if it's a truck that comes in every night at a certain time and they go from the truck to the brine and then there are no others left over, they're all brined until the next day's load gets there, then that's understandable. But when you go to get them and put them in that brine to sit in that overnight, to marinate in that overnight, where do you get them? Do you get them from a truck? Do you go like farm to brine? Or are they in the refrigerated, like big boxes of them in the refrigerated section of the kitchen, where you take them from the refrigerator, then put them in the brine, and then they sit in that all night. And then for the next day, you start frying them. I'm sure they're delicious, but that just kind of baffled me. But not the new me, not the new open-minded, easy come, easy go with the flow kind of person I am. I did not even inquire. And I wouldn't have inquired just to be, contrary or anything, but I really did wonder. I was curious. Where do they go? Where do they come from? Where, like, their immediate holding place before they go into the brine. Where is that? But I didn't want to turn it into an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I didn't want to be Larry David, any of that kind of stuff. But it's still curious to me. Now, we had a great time. Everything that everybody else ate was delicious. They loved it. Drinks were great. Beer was cold. The whole thing. It was a great place. Awesome. And please do not go to somebody that you know that works at that place and say, TJ was throwing off on y'all's place. First of all, they're going to be shocked that a celebrity of my status was in there to begin with, incognito. So don't freak them out. And don't tell them I was saying negative stuff about them, because I wasn't. Everything, and I've got 9 witnesses here that are listening to the show. I said good things about their place. I think the place is great. I just have that one question because I'm curious. Where did the wings come from before they go in the brine? That's all I wanted to know. And if they come from the refrigerator into a brine and marinate overnight, why can't they skip the brine part and go from the refrigerator to the fryer? That's all I was wondering. Other than that, beautiful, big city type, cool place. And from what I understand, they have great events there. Like they show movies and stuff on those big screens sometimes. And I mean, you got to have a reservation to get in there, or you got to be a celebrity like I am. So please don't be trying to go and spread rumors and telling them falsehoods that I was talking crap about them, because I wasn't. Just asking. Ugh. Because I know how people are. Running, gossiping. Don't be doing that. All right. But all in all, I was glad to make it out of the big city alive. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because I know Charlotte's dangerous. I live up here at the Lake Norman suburbs. I don't go into the big dangerous city much. That's why I'm a recluse. I don't fool around. Get in, get out. All right. So I guess we got to talk about this Iran thing a little bit, but I'm not going to pound you over the head with it because I know you've been hit every which way but loose about Iran. I have my take on it, though. It's probably different than anybody who's a professional broadcaster. And I want to talk about the NAACP Image Awards or whatever they're called, whatever that show is called. I got a lot of material about that tonight in the hour here. In the 45 minutes here that we've got. So a lot of that stuff is coming up next. We'll fit it in one segment. Watch. I promise you. So hang on. It's the TJ Ritchie Show. I am TJ Ritchie, America's coolest conservative. Unapologetic, in-your-face conservatism. On Charlotte's FM News Talk, 107.9 WBT. All right, dropping bombs, baby, dropping bombs. Look, I'm an old-school conservative. I'm a traditional Reagan conservative. I am a Rush Limbaugh conservative. That means I am not one of these people on the right who says if somebody's not a direct threat to us, meaning they're overseas and they're not hurting us and blah, 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 like the, like what it's called now, the woke right, the isolationists, the quote unquote new conservative movement and all. It's not conservative. I'm sorry. It's not conservative. It may be libertarian, but it's not conservative. Conservatives stand with Israel. Conservatives believe that that U.S. America does have an interest in taking care of business overseas, so it doesn't come to our shores. And here's I go even farther than that. My foreign policy is what I like to call playground mentality. You say something about my mama, we're fighting. I don't care. So any of these places, for example, Iran says death to America and has ever killed even one innocent American, they need to go to hell. Boom. We need to be bullies in the world, as far as I'm concerned. Now, what do I know about it? Nothing. I'm a glorified DJ is what I am, remember? So if you're getting all upset, get upset. Just remember that. I'm a glorified DJ. If you talk trash about America, then you need to feel what talking trash about America will get you. Do you think Lindsey Graham is a war hawk? Please. The minute some leader stands up and says death to America, he should go. Right to hell. Boom. Drop him. And hold him up as an example. Do anybody else want to talk trash? Please, let me hear you say it. Let me hear you say it. We run this world for a reason. Because we're the baddest. We are the kindest, most giving, generous, most welcoming nation in the world. But don't test us. And what Donald Trump is doing right now is showing the world, don't test us. Putin, don't test us. Xi Jinping, don't test us. And another good thing that came out of this already is that Mahmoud Ahmadinejad is being patted in the face with a shovel today, taking the eternal dirt nap. You remember him? Used to run Iran, prime minister or president or whatever they call him over there. Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, he dead, good. Khomeini dead, good. How many more bodies can we stack up over there? That death to America crowd. Now, a lot of people on this woke right, these isolationists who call themselves new conservatives, like, I don't know, Aunt Tucker, always hysterical about everything. I mean, it just makes me sick. It does. And what's that little boy's name? Who's got all the followers on social media? He's a really tough talking little boy. We've talked about him before. Nick Fuentes. Making videos, throwing a little tantrum, just a petulant little boy. I vote Democrat now. Vote Democrat. Yelling the F word constantly like that makes him tough. For Democrats. For Democrat. Vote Democrat now. They're just little emotional children. Listen, we're the United States of America. You pose a threat to us anywhere in the world. You kill one American, and Iran has killed many Americans. And I don't care whether it was 40 years ago or whether it was today. They need to be taken out. I don't care. I would, though, like to really, really show my appreciation, express my appreciation, and show my gratitude, my deep, deep, heartfelt gratitude to all of the Somali immigrants to U.S. America who created the sophisticated bombs and planes and everything that we have used as the greatest military force on the face of the earth. Because, you know, the Somalis built all that. The Somali immigrants to America built America. I mean, you know, the whole country was built on the backs of the Somali immigrants. Remember that. And also to Sandy Cortez, who a couple of weeks ago said there's no such thing as white culture, or you know, there's no whiteness. Nothing whiteness, no white culture. All of that technology that we use to keep this the greatest country and the freest nation on the face of the earth, that might qualify as white culture. Maybe. I don't know. But I like it. I love it. I love it. And it's even worse with these people who are supposedly conservatives, and the lack of appreciation that they show for our military and the brave, unbelievably amazing minds that can do what we do as a military, the people who sign up for that and who carry out these missions and everything. I mean, it's absolutely just astonishing. You talk about real life superheroes. Wow. Then you got all these protesters running around. Okay, hands off Iran, hands off Iran. You're just I have been laughing at those people all weekend. They're just so ridiculous. Jane Fonda out there in the middle of them. She's not with Ted Turner anymore, is she? Where have I been? Well, it's not really my day to keep up with communist relationships, romantic relationships, I guess. Okay, if you got anything to say, 704-570-1079. I think that's pretty much my little piece on what I think of bombing Iran. I think we shouldn't stop there. I'm always just like, get a few more on the way home. Anybody else who's ever talked trash about us, take them out. Take them out. Hang on, we got more coming up next. It's the TJ Ritchie Show. I'm TJ Ritchie, the Green-Eyed Patriot, on the air, everywhere, ramming, jamming, slamming, blah, 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 blah. 704-570-1079, that is the phone number. Call it, text it, do whatever. Okay. So, the NAACP Awards happened over the weekend. I guess my invitation got lost in the mail. I did not receive my invitation. I would make a great host for that, though. Many of my points that I've been making for years were proven at the NAACP Awards. There's a comedian up there. His name is it Dion Cole? Is that his name? And he was, it made the rounds to the social medias, the clips of him making fun of Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is just number one target now of the left, and especially of the African-American community. I'm sorry, the liberal and the Democrat part of the African-American community, because she's a traitor. She is a Trump supporter. She likes MAGA. So obviously she needs to be ruthlessly mocked by the African-American community on the left, as well as Mighty Whitey on the left. Because the point that is proven, once again, that I've said many, many times, is that you want to see racism, you want to see vile, disgusting misogyny and anti-woman rhetoric. You let a black woman start hanging out with Republicans. She doesn't even have to be a conservative or claim herself to be a conservative. She just has to not agree with the lunatic left, and they go after her. So, you're not supposed to make fun of a woman's looks, right? The left always tells us that. You don't make fun of a woman's looks, so she can't help it. So misogynistic and well, this comedian fella, he was making fun of her looks like crazy. I mean, just going on and on. And he was pretending like he was doing a comedic routine, pretending like it was a prayer. So first of all, that's blasphemy, and he will smoke a turd in hell for that. I mean, that's a known fact. You don't blaspheme. So that's what he was doing as part of his comedy routine. So, it was anti-Christian. We'll go ahead and put that on him. I say he's anti-Christian, and he's anti-woman, anti-black woman. Let me put it that way too. He's anti-black woman. Whoa. Oh. Making fun of her buttocks was what he was doing in a mock prayer. So the Jesus will deal with him. He'll have to answer to the Jesus. But he also has to answer to consumers, because he is the spokesperson, the endorser for Old Spice body wash and Old Spice products. Oh. And I don't know if anybody has mentioned that all over the social medias where they were criticizing him for the way he was talking about Nicki Minaj. But yes, he is the national spokesperson. He is the face of Old Spice body wash and deodorant. Dion Cole. If I'm Old Spice, I would not want an anti-black woman misogynist blasphemer endorsing my products. No, sirree, I would not. No. But then on the red carpet, we have a smug, white guilt liberal who is just just vomiting this vile venom at people because she is a high and mighty whitey, and she is standing up and speaking because black people can't speak for themselves. Oh, her name is Sophia Bush, and she's standing next to a beautiful African-American woman on the red carpet, and she feels the need, nay, the calling to speak her mind and speak out and let everybody know what she needs them to know. Listen to this bunch of racists.
It's always political. As the white friend at this event, I'm going to go ahead and say to the women who look like me, to the men who look like me, it's incredibly important to remember that so much of what we love in America comes from black culture, and white people need to show up for black people the way they show up to be entertained by black culture. So given who's in office and given what we're seeing happening to black and brown communities in our country, we better get our together.
Oh, don't you feel so good about yourself, Sophia? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Thank God for you, Sophia, you white queen. Thank you for speaking for the voiceless. Oh, we are in awe of you, Sophia Bush. We are in awe of you. And I, for one, as an old, straight, white man, am so ashamed. Thank you for opening my eyes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Did you learn that at the all-girls school you went to from the time you were a little girl through high school? In Pasadena, California. Did you learn that? I'm sure you went to school with a lot of different people. A lot. I'm sure you went to school with a lot of people who don't look like you, didn't you? Your parents both being artists in Pasadena, California, photographers, ad agency people. Oh, gosh, I know. The struggle you must have gone through. Side by side with all of your brothers and sisters from the inner cities, Compton and Watts, as you lived your life in Pasadena. Oh, Sophia, Sophia, Sophia. Thank God you are here for us in the One Tree Hill of racism. Oh, my God. How disgusting. Thank you for that little scolding that you gave white America. Yes. You know what? I say Sophia Bush for president, a candidate for all the people. Look, I got to hear that one more time because I want to make sure I got the marching orders from Sophia Bush. Okay, here.
It's always political. As the white friend at this event, I'm going to go ahead and say to the women who look like me, to the men.
Okay, as the white friend at this event, translation, I'm here and other white people are not here, but I'm here, and that proves that I'm not racist. And that proves that I'm not racist because I'm white and I'm here. I'm the white friend. I came with my black friend. I have a black friend. Here she is right here. Look, this is my black friend. This is my date, actually, because I wouldn't be here. She is my friend. So as her guest, the white friend that showed up at the event supporting and honoring black people, I'm going to take the camera and the microphone, and I'm going to put the focus on me. I'm going to put the focus on the white girl because I'm not racist or I wouldn't be here. Where are the rest of you? You don't have black friends like I do. All you other white people, you don't have black friends like I do. I'm Sophia Bush. I am white girlfriend. Now listen to me because I have something important to say.
Like me, it's incredibly important to remember that so much of what we love in America comes from black culture, and white people.
Oh, really? I had no idea. Sophia, thank you. Nobody knew. Nobody knew that anything in our country that we enjoy came from black culture. You know why? Because nobody ever mentions it. Not only did we not know this on our own just by living in America, we also didn't know it because no one ever tells us. Thank God that people like you are there to tell us, Sophia.
They show up for black people the way they show up to be entertained by black culture.
Okay, what does show up for black people mean? Define that for us, Sophia. In your words, what does show up for black people mean? What does that mean? Or is that just some kind of catchphrase that you've heard people say, just like you've started saying people who look like me? Nobody used to say that. Now all of a sudden it's the cool thing to say. People who look like me. You mean all white people look alike? That's what you mean.
So, given who's in office and given what we're seeing happening to black and brown communities in our country.
Black and brown communities in our country. And then here comes a cuss word because she's tough.
We better get our together.
Oh, yes. White people. Our leader has spoken. Sophia Bush says, get our blank together, so we better do it. Thank you. That is that's 29 seconds of sheer blind racism at its core. Sophia Bush, white, I mean lily white, Pasadena, California raised, highfalutin, private girls' school alum, talking about what black people need and what white people need to do. Yes, thank you. Nobody knows anything about black culture until you tell us, Sophia Bush, who is definitely not a racist. That right there is the epitome of thinking that a race is lesser than your race because of birth. That is racism. Thank you, Sophia Bush, for illustrating that you are a racist. More next. Hey, it's the TJ Ritchie Show. Unapologetic, in-your-face conservatism. I'm TJ Ritchie, the green-eyed patriot, America's coolest conservative. In the final segment of the night. Oh, and speaking of the night, I am also El Jefe of the night. Don't forget that, and don't get it twisted. Don't get it El Twisted-O. I am El Jefe. All right, the situation in Austin, Texas, the tragic situation of the Islamist terrorist shooting innocent victims in Austin has brought a pretty good debate. And Congressman Brandon Gill, who is one of my favorites, young fella from Texas, he posted, "You can thank decades of contemptible elitist policymakers who cheered mass immigration in the name of diversity, multiculturalism, cheap labor, and political correctness. And now their children and grandchildren will live in a country that's unrecognizable and far worse off. How does immigration from Senegal or anywhere in the Islamic world benefit Americans? It doesn't. It brings terrorism and social dysfunction into our own communities while fundamentally altering America's cultural fabric. Islamic terrorism is in America solely because of immigration. It was a policy choice to import it. No more immigration from the Islamic world. Wake up." So he's calling for an end into immigration from the Islamic world. And obviously, that's, like I said, it's created a, pretty big debate. So the killer is a naturalized citizen from Senegal, wearing a shirt when he did the killings that said "Property of Allah," a Quran in his car nearby. So, like I said, he's a Islamic terrorist. And thank God he's dead, thanks to the FBI. But I fall into the camp of not just cutting off immigration from areas that are anti-American Islamic areas. I'm in favor of cutting off immigration, period, for a long time until we can get it straight with what we've got in the country right now. Until the people who are in the country right now are accounted for and deported if they need to be deported, and assimilated if they need to be assimilated. And then after that, after it's just all cut off, there is no more immigration into the United States for a long, long time. And then maybe we look at, okay, well, what about just allowing immigration to be done the way it's supposed to be done, but just not from places that have, hotbed of Islamic terrorists. Okay. But I'm going to take it another step. Any third world country. You see, because our immigration policy is just like every other country's. We get to pick and choose the people we want to come into our country. And if they come into our country, they are coming to make it better. Because they are coming to do something that is extraordinary. Not something that any American could do. You know what I'm saying? Are you with me on this? For example, let's say there is a scientist in India, and she is brilliant, and she could come into the United States of America and do so much stuff to help us. She could help us, come up with a cure for diseases. If she's that type of a scientist, she could help us build, war materials like bombs and planes and things like that. If she's that kind of a scientist, say she's a chemical engineer, she could do all of that stuff. That's the type of immigrant we want. But even at that, that's way down the line until we can get a handle on the ones that are here now that the Democrats have allowed to invade the United States, and then the Republicans have allowed to stay because it's cheap labor. Yeah, I'm calling them both out. Democrats more so because, they have more heinous reasons, which is basically to ruin the country. At least the Republicans are just trying cheap labor to make companies better in the United States. Democrats want to actually ruin the United States, so that's why they want mass immigration. But we've got to shut it all down, ladies and gentlemen. Just shut it down. Like damn Gordon Ramsay says when they can't get it together in the kitchen, shut it down. That's what we need. All right, seems like the show just started, and here it is. It's already over. That's all right. The lovely and talented Nick Craig is coming up next. You don't want to miss that. Remember, God loves you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. I won't talk to you until Wednesday night, but see you then.